The world was shocked when Jackie filed for divorce after years of marriage, but this wasn't just any divorce. Jackie was demanding a staggering $300 million from Doug. At first, the media quickly sided with her, painting her as the victim of years of mistreatment. Doug, on the other hand, was cast as the villain. But behind closed doors, Doug was preparing for a battle that would change everything. While the headlines were buzzing with accusations against him, Doug wasted no time assembling a top-tier legal team. He brought in the best divorce attorneys, financial experts, and private investigators to dig deep into Jackie's claims. And soon, red flags started to emerge. Jackie's financial records didn't match up. Large cash withdrawals, secret wire transfers, and offshore accounts raised serious questions. Investigators discovered that Jackie had been quietly moving money for years while publicly claiming to be financially ruined. The deeper they dug, the clearer it became. Jackie wasn't just trying to get a settlement. She had been planning this for a long time. But was she really the mastermind behind it all? Some close to Jackie argued that she had been trapped in a marriage where she had no real control over the finances, forced to make secret moves to secure her own future. Others claimed she was simply playing the long game, positioning herself for the biggest payout possible. The truth, as always, seemed to be somewhere in the middle. The day of the court hearing arrived, and Jackie walked in with confidence. She had the media on her side, a carefully crafted narrative, and the expectation of walking away victorious. Cameras flashed as she entered the courtroom, her designer outfit and composed demeanor reinforcing the image of a woman fighting against injustice. She had become a symbol, an icon of resilience for many women who had endured difficult marriages. But Doug's team was ready. One by one, Doug's lawyers laid out the evidence. Bank statements, tax records, hidden business dealings, each document unraveling Jackie's story. The courtroom fell silent as the judge examined the evidence. Jackie's confident demeanor began to crack. But the biggest revelation was yet to come. Doug's lawyers revealed emails and phone logs proving that Jackie had been leaking confidential business information to Doug's biggest competitors. Contracts, client lists, and product strategies had all been secretly shared while she pretended to be the devoted wife. This wasn't just a bitter divorce anymore. This was corporate sabotage, and it had legal consequences. As the judge read through the documents, his expression turned serious. What started as a high-profile divorce had now escalated into a possible criminal case. Jackie's claims of financial struggle were shattered, her spousal support request was now in jeopardy, and even worse, she faced potential fraud charges. Almost instantly, the public turned against her. Social media was flooded with backlash. Influencers and celebrities who once supported her went silent. Brands distanced themselves, canceling sponsorships. The media shifted their narrative, no longer portraying Jackie as a wronged wife, but as a manipulator who had orchestrated a deceitful scheme. News segments dissected her past, questioning the authenticity of her previous statements. Clips from old interviews where she claimed financial hardship were played side by side with the evidence of her hidden accounts. Online detectives dug through her past social media posts, pointing out inconsistencies and contradictions. The fall from grace was swift and unforgiving. But was the shift too drastic? Some questioned whether Doug had used his influence to reshape the narrative in his favor. Others wondered if Jackie was truly guilty or simply the victim of a more powerful opponent who had outmaneuvered her. In the court of public opinion, the truth often becomes secondary to perception. Meanwhile, Doug remained composed. He let the truth speak for itself. Walking out of the courtroom, he didn't need to make a statement. His victory was clear. His reputation, once tarnished by false accusations, was now stronger than ever. Yet, the battle wasn't entirely over. Jackie's legal team scrambled to recover from the devastating blows. In a last-ditch effort, they argued that Jackie had only taken the money as a means of securing her independence. They claimed that she had been emotionally manipulated and that her actions, though questionable, were a result of desperation rather than malice. Public debates raged on. Was Jackie truly a villain, or was she simply another woman forced into a corner in a world where men held the power? Feminist activists pointed out that even if Jackie had made financial moves behind the scenes, It didn't erase the fact that she had likely endured years of control in a marriage where she had little say over the finances. But then, another bombshell dropped. A former associate of Jackie's came forward with damning evidence. Recorded conversations where Jackie had openly discussed her plans to drain Doug financially. In the tapes, she laughed about how easily she could manipulate public opinion, describing her strategy in chilling detail. The recordings were played on every major news outlet. Public sympathy for Jackie evaporated overnight. The legal system had already been turning against her, but now even her most loyal supporters found themselves questioning whether they had been played. In the final court ruling, Jackie was denied spousal support and ordered to return a significant portion of the money she had transferred to her offshore accounts. Doug's legal team hinted at further lawsuits, potentially seeking damages for the harm she had caused his business. Jackie, once the media darling, was now a cautionary tale. Her once lavish lifestyle quickly crumbled. Without the support of sponsorships and brand deals, Jackie found herself struggling to maintain the image she had carefully cultivated. Once famous friends distanced themselves, unwilling to be associated with the scandal. But the story didn't end there. In a desperate attempt to regain public sympathy, Jackie sat down for an exclusive interview, trying to reshape the narrative once more. With tears in her eyes, she claimed that she had been misunderstood, that she had made mistakes but had never meant to hurt anyone. She blamed the pressure of the media, the stress of an unhappy marriage, and the fear of being left with nothing. Yet not everyone bought into her new image of remorse. Many viewed her interview as a last-ditch effort to cling to relevance. PR experts dissected her every word, analyzing whether her tears were genuine or just another act. Some argued that she was attempting to pivot into a redemption arc, hoping to use the power of social media to rebuild her reputation. Others insisted that her actions were unforgivable and the damage had already been done. Meanwhile, Doug moved on swiftly. His business continued to thrive, and he refrained from making any further public statements about the divorce. He was spotted vacationing in the Mediterranean, attending high-profile events, and even being linked to a new romantic interest. To him, the battle was won, and there was no need to dwell on the past. But behind closed doors, did he ever wonder if Jackie had once truly loved him? Or was it always about the money? As the months passed, the scandal began to fade from the headlines, replaced by the next big controversy. Jackie, now a pariah in the influencer world, struggled to find her place. She attempted to launch a tell-all book, but publishers were wary of attaching their name to her tarnished brand. With dwindling financial resources, she was forced to downsize drastically, trading in luxury for survival. And then, in a shocking twist, Jackie vanished from the public eye entirely. No more social media posts, no interviews, no public appearances. Some speculated she had fled the country, while others believed she was secretly planning a comeback. But one thing was certain: her rise and fall had become one of the most infamous scandals of the decade. In the end, the Jackie and Doug saga wasn't just a divorce. It was a modern-day Shakespearean tragedy, filled with ambition, betrayal, and the unforgiving court of public opinion.